Conversation, that's what it's all about. Why can't we talk it out and say what's on our mind? Situations keep getting in the way. There's so much we need to say, but we're running out of time.
Okay, you guys, so I'm going to show you how I do this. So as you can see, if you can see, I have cut out my 4x4s, and I went through all of the pictures. I ended up with 30, as I told you, but I decided to go divide them up and make sure there was like an even play between, you know, the pictures. Like, you don't want to have two of the same or look the same in each game. You want to have kind of a differential. So I have all these that I picked out, and these are my, I divided it into a 1-pack and 2-pack. So 1 pack has one set of 15 and the other pack has another set of 15. And that way I can, you know, if someone wants to buy 2 packs, then they'll have 2 separate games, but different pictures. So what I do after I cut them to the 4x4s, as you can see, then I go over to my covers here, and I kind of, this is another thing I figured out. So when I just put the pictures like this inside the laminate paper, I call it paper, but I'm sure it's called a sheet or something. So inside the laminate sheet, when I went to feed it in, it moved, and we don't want it to move. We want it to stay still. And I kept thinking, how the heck can I get these to stick together? Glue stick. Yay, I know you could use a glue gun, but it's too clumsy, and this is much quicker. So what I do is I put 4 pictures. So this will be Milo in his bed. And then I'm going to pick, what else do I have? Where's the other Milo one I have? So I'll go ahead and do this. I'll put Jack wiping his hands on a towel. So I do that. Then I put 4 of these together like this. And I kind of eyeball it. You see how I just kind of eyeball it like that, put together? And I just dot it like that. There's one. I actually don't do it with the sheet on it. So let me start again. I don't do the sheet yet. So right now I'm on my cutting board. I get my 4 pieces together like this. Now remember, I told you this is a rough cut. So people that are really into being exact, you might have a better way of doing it, but I'm just, see, that looks pretty good, right? So it doesn't have, everything looks clean. So I'm gonna give this another dot. That's 2. Here's Cutie Milo again. Line it up. Put a dot. This is Jack again, because remember, we're gonna be matching sets here. Okay, so now that I have my 4, I don't like this one a little bit, so I'm gonna give it a little cut. Again, just eyeball it, just shave it a little bit, make sure it looks clean. See, there you go. Then I'm gonna take my laminate sheet, and I don't know why, but I like the, hold on, I'm gonna turn the machine on real quick. Some of these laminate machines take a few minutes, not long, you know, to warm up, 60 seconds or so. So I do want to show what happens when I pull it out of the laminate sheet. Now also remember, when I'm doing this, I have to make sure that the picture's right side up. So I did make that mistake. I got to show my face on that one. I did. I forgot to look, and one of them came up upside down. You really want to make this as cute and as easy for the kids and professional. Their parents are going to be looking at this, and you want it to be homemade and made with love, but you also want it to be made as professional, as cool as possible. So I'm gonna lay my little pictures out. It doesn't matter if you put the picture up or the front side up. I just like the front side up. I don't know why. Just sees it to me. And I close the sheet, and I'm gonna feed this into the laminator. Now, another mistake I made. I tried to feed this in like this. And you see how it does? It flops and it bends and it moves. It moves. And you don't want these to move, because once the laminate starts, you can't stop it. So it'll get all cockeyed and you won't be able to trim it, and they won't come out correctly. So what's a person to do? I looked around, and I needed something to slide under it that I could easily slide back out, because I didn't want it to go into the laminator, but I needed something to be sturdy. Okay, so don't laugh, guys. I just got a mailer for our local dentist. It's of cardboard. And I thought, oh, that'll work. So what I do is I just slide this like this. It gives it some support, okay? I'm gonna reach over here. I'm gonna turn the camera a little bit, see if I can get it to go over to the laminator right there, okay? And, uh-oh, I almost lost it. So we're gonna go ahead and put it in the laminator. Let's do it this way. You guys, this is my first time doing this too. So I'm sure there's people that are very well versed in filming their work, but this is my first time. So I'm gonna go ahead. If you can see, I still have my little folder. You can see on the top that they're even. So also, I made a mistake by not watching this go in straight. Has to go in straight, guys. If it turns like this, it'll curl the edges and it'll be all cattywampus. So see, me fiddling with it has already moved these. So before I start, because once you laminate, you're stuck with it. And you know, one of the things as small business people we're constantly worrying about are the cost of things, cost to produce things, how much waste, how many things we can make out of, you know, we can get one more usage out of something before we either have to buy it or buy another, buy additional. So before you put it in, this part you do kind of have to be a little careful. And let's see if I can do it under pressure, okay? So I just kind of use my finger, because I don't want the cardboard to go into it. I just want to kind of shove this, push this up gently, and wait for the laminator to catch it and laminate away. Can you see that? So once it gets in there, I can just hold it gently, and you can leave the cardboard there. I just wait till it gets to the second edge, and that way the laminator has caught it, and it'll take it from there. You don't have to mess with it so much. So laminator's doing its thing. And so I come out with a sheet for my matchup game. there it is, okay? So, I'm gonna put the laminator back over here. Turn it off. So, now I gotta trim these, okay? Because you really don't, I was debating on this too. How deep do I want these to go? And as I said, I'm eyeballing this stuff, guys. So I don't want it really that deep. I thought I did, but I don't. And so what I just end up doing is putting it in my little trusty cutter here. I eyeball it to I see where I want it to go. I want it that much. And if it's uneven or the problem, I just the smaller it is, the easier it is to get it even. So I kind of cut it apart and then just start eyeballing how I want the edges to be. I'm also figuring out that I've used it so much, and I use it with this plastic laminate, that I'm gonna have to get something to sharpen the edges, because sometimes it gets stuck. But there you see, okay? It's got just enough edge to look cool, and that's one of the little game pieces. I'm gonna cut this other one for you, just to make sure we're all on the same page. Now, I get that some people may not have, it's just easier for them to make everything exact. I've done a lot of crafting in my time, sewing, things like that. I have followed patterns and I know all that, but I always end up making something my own. So I always end up changing a pattern. Even when I cook, I'll take it drives my daughter crazy. She's a chef and she goes by her recipes for the most part. But I'm a self-taught cook, and so I kind of go along. And if you give me a recipe, I think that's a very cool recipe, but I think I can do this and add this. And so I tend to just kind of fly by the seat of my britches, and it drives my daughter crazy, but I'm kind of set my ways these days. So, but I do try, especially if it's something that really needs to be done exact. I do try, but it is a hard concept for me, because again, like I said, I've always just got it through. So here's the two pieces that I created, okay? And if you're wondering again about the game, just to make it clear, so you'll have the pieces together like this on the table, and the one child will say, oh, I'm gonna pick that one up, and I think it's that one. Oh, nope, it's not a match. So then you gotta flip it back over, and we're gonna try this one. Nope, what did I do with it? It's this one. I'm not even good at this game. So then you could take the pieces off the board, and then the child gets to go to another one. So, okay, so we have our pieces. And then this is where I started to divide them up. Kind of give you a little bit of, sorry for my hand there, guys. I couldn't reach the camera. Okay, so now you have all the pieces cut. And I actually started with one kind of full set of 30, just because I wanted to see them all out. So let me move the camera, hold on.
Conversation, that's what it's all about. Why can't we talk it out and say what's on our mind?
Okay, so this is what I came up with. This side of the table, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. These go somewhere. I just got to figure out where they went, because I've been playing with them. So this side of the room is 2, and this side of the room is group 1. So how I'm going to do it is, I found these adorable little bags. Can you see that? I wanted you to be able to see the front of the game. You see? So when I start packing these, you're going to be able to see the front of the game. And what I'm going to do is put 15, 2 of each in each bag. I also created a little instructions. It's very short and sweet, how to play the game. That's going to go into the bag. And then I created a tag. Okay. It says The Adventures of Jack and Milo, match game, $10. And so I'm going to attach this to the bag. So, oh, this was my mistake, guys. If you want to know, so this is what I tried to do. I had this leftover piece and I wanted to see if I could use it, and I did bend it over and I put the piece inside to use it, and this is what got stuck in the laminator, just to let you know. I didn't throw it away because I wanted to show you. So for group 1, I'm gonna pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so here's my stack of games. Okay, you can see they all have the front, then they're all gonna be the back. A mistake. They're very slippery. So that's okay, I'll get them. I wanted to show, I can't load these up all at once because the bag is kind of textured and this is plastic. So I just kind of gently put them inside, right? So get a couple more. We're gonna put all these inside. Like this. And then when I get them all in there, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna slip this in like this. Pull the string. And I'm gonna tie this into a cute little bow. I'm gonna just use the bow that they gave me, the little strings. I know, people tie knots differently. So that has hanging, and then I'm gonna take this little, these little tags came with the bags, okay? So, I don't know if I have the box out here. So this is the box that came, the tags come with it, and then the twine comes with it, okay? So I just thought I wanted, I could have used the plastic ones, or I could have used all the mesh ones, but I thought these gave this a little bit of just cuteness to it. So I'm gonna kind of run this tag right here, put a little bow on it, and there I have The Adventures of Jack and Milo match game. Okay, so we're gonna go back so you can see I have these. They are very slippery, and I'm gonna have to pick the ones up that I dropped. But once I get through, I'm gonna do a couple more so that I can pack them all together. Now that I have it all in order how I want it, I'll be able to pack those up and have those ready to go. Okay? So let me move over back to the other side.
Conversation, that's what it's all about. Why can't we talk it out and say what's on our mind?
And I stay up nights just like most crafters because that's the time that everything's quiet and kind of work things through. I made some mistakes. I learned. I brought my vision of what I had. I had a goal. My goal was to use these books in a way that I could not only promote my product, but sell a product and keep my product in the eye of the consumer. I want consumers to like it, to say, wow, that's a cool idea. You know, get my kid to read. This is a very great learning tool for children. It teaches them memory. It helps their memory. It helps them discern different things. Like there's pictures of Jack, but Jack's doing different things. Milo's doing different things. Gizmo's doing different things. There's different parts of the plane that may look the same, but they're not quite. So it all helps with their hand-eye, figuring out where stuff is. And so I think it's a great addition to my 2 books, plus my activity book that I have for children, for coloring and for numbers. And so they can play this with another child. They can play this with you. And you might be surprised. They might beat you. You might not be the winner of this game. But I just want to stress the Creative Spirit channel is such a great place to go to be. If you would like to take a stab at this and put your product out there, show us how you do it, show us what you do, how you work. You can see to that side. I've got my trash bin where I've been working, all my papers. This is my place. This is where I go to. It is not neat when I'm working. It's just not. I have to force myself to get things swept up off the floor because I'm busy, I'm working, and I just don't think about cleaning when I'm doing that. I try to think of, I also like my stuff around me, things that I've created. Those are my paintings, my book. Keeps me motivated. So this is the real me. This is how I work and function. And I know that a lot of you are just like me. There's a lot that are way more organized. I have seen some absolutely gorgeous craft rooms. Like I'm like, please just spend an hour in your room because they're absolutely gorgeous. So we all have a way of working. We all have a way of producing our work. Some people may say, Jen, I have a way better idea for that for you. I'm all ears. I am going to have to find out how I can, like these for instance, I've got these copied, at the local Kinko's or FedEx store. So I know there are printers that are probably less expensive for me to produce these. So if I'm going to do this and make more, I'm gonna have to lower my costs a little bit. So I'm gonna look into getting this cut in half. How many sheets I get like 4 on a 8.5 by 11. So I'm gonna look into that because I'm gonna have to offset that because as soon as I run out of books, which may not be for a while, but I'm thinking ahead, I have these digitally on my computer, so it's not a matter of redoing them, but I'm going to have to print them, where before I've already have them printed. So that cost was already included because I'd already had a cost in it. So again, I will continue to find better ways to produce it. I will find better ways to pay for it to make sure that there's a profit margin here. And I might change the way I package it, although I really like the packaging. I thought about a box and other things, but I like the little bag. It's kind of cute and kids can put stuff in it. In closing, I'm gonna try to produce more of these. Like I said, I don't craft much anymore. I do write. I've got another book that I've written, and so I have other products that I'm creating for Jack and Milo, but they're not. They're more working on design on the computer as opposed to actually tactile products. But I really wanted to come out and talk to you all because people like to see you working. People like to see what you're doing and how you do it, and they're afraid because they think, well, maybe someone was gonna do it differently or say something about the way I work. I don't care. I'm sure that there's people that are saying I could do that much better, I could do it more efficiently. I'm always open to talking to people to make it easier on myself, but I just thought it would be a very fun thing for me to show you all how I how I made a lemonade out of a lemon. So I'm gonna say goodbye for now, and we're gonna have some other creative conversations over the next couple months. I'm gonna try to do this with more things, not just for myself, but with other crafters. And I hope you enjoyed this. So see y'all around. Watch the channel. Please share it with your other with friends and relatives. And have a very creative and just an amazing day. Thanks.
Conversation, that's what it's all about. Why can't we talk it out and say what's on our mind? Situations keep getting in the way. There's so much we need to say, but we're running out